Let's quickly move on now to Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, it was a draw right there in Egypt, but they've qualified to the quarterfinals. Nigeria's Flying Eagles advanced to the 2025 Under-20 African Cup of Nations quarterfinal after a 2-2 draw with Kenya at the 30 June Stadium in Cairo, needing just a point to progress. Nigeria fell behind in the 6th minute to Kevin Injehu penalty. Kparobo Arierhi leveled in the 13th minute with a clever finish. In the second half, William Gitamu restored Kenya's lead with a header from a set piece, but Nigeria equalized again via a 73rd penalty by Captain Daniel Bameyi. Now, with Morocco defeating Tunisia 3-1 in the other Group B match, Nigeria finished second in the group with 5 points, securing their spot in the knockout stage behind group winners Morocco. Now, joining us all the way from Cairo in Egypt is the media officer of the Under-20 national team. That's talking about Sharif Abdallah. Good evening to you, Sharif. Thank you very much for joining. It should be a celebration, I mean, getting to the quarterfinal of the Under-20 African Cup of Nations.
Well, I think we should celebrate. Thank you very much, my good brother and friend, as well as colleague as well. You've spoken extremely well regarding the Flying Eagles. I think it calls for celebration, in spite of the fact that the match didn't go as planned, because our plan was for us to win against Kenya and, of course, top the group. But unfortunately, that didn't really work out for us. But we shouldn't forget the fact that the most important thing at the moment is for us to qualify for the quarterfinals. And we are heading towards, the climax of the whole tournament. Because the next game we're going to play is the quarterfinal game, which is the defining moment for this team. Because that game is what will guarantee the Flying Eagles a spot in this year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. So that is what this team is eyeing at the moment. It was like I earlier said, it didn't really go as planned, because our plan was for us to win convincingly and top the group. But like I said, I think we should take solace in that, and of course there are a lot of lessons to be drawn from the draw of we played against Kenya, which to me is actually not a bad side, in spite of the fact that they did not win any game. I think they managed to draw with us. They lost to two North African teams, but they still have a lot also to take home, considering the fact that they are playing this tournament for the very first time in history. But our focus right now is who will be drawn against the Flying Eagles, and hopefully tomorrow, very early in the morning, the team will embark on a journey to Ismailia, which is an hour and a half journey from Cairo, because that is where we're going to play our quarterfinal, hopefully on Monday. We're waiting to see our next opponents. One of the teams coming from Group C, that's the runners-up from Group C. It might be Ghana, it might be Senegal, it might be Democratic Republic of Congo, but we just have to wait and see how the game that we play tomorrow pans out.
We let you go. You are closer to the boys. I mean, region. You've also been part of the team right from their training camp up until the competition. A lot of persons were not really impressed. I mean, with the way the boys came out against Kenya. It was looking like Kenya were the donors of the group, but they came out, gave the Flying Eagles a tough fight. Now it goes to the stage whereby it gets tougher. I mean, what do you think would be in the minds of the boys? Approaching these games, and what do you think the coach, or tell us what you think the coach said to the players after the game in terms of preparations and mental preparedness towards their next game, knowing fully well that quarterfinals will determine if they get to the semi-finals or not?
If you take a look at the Kenyan team in general, I think their first game against Morocco, against Tunisia, the second game, the Kenyan side isn't a bad side, trust me. They give each and every opponent in this group a run for his money. And of course, finish with just 1 point. But like I said, it's not a bad outing for them. They're debutants in this tournament. So shifting focus to the Flying Eagles, I think one way or the other, a lot of the players are disappointed with this result. But like I said, at this moment, the most important thing for us is to make it to the quarterfinal stage. And getting to the quarterfinal stage will guarantee us a spot. So it is my belief, personally, and I'm highly optimistic that we will see a different set of Flying Eagles with different mentality, with the urge to win next quarterfinal game. Like I said, we're only waiting for our next opponent to see how we're going to approach the game. We also talked about the coaches, how the coaches have really been trying to psych these young men up, because psyching them up, motivating them will go a very long way in getting the desired result here in Egypt.
Thank you very much, Sharif Abdallah, for your quality time. We wish the team all the best, and looking forward to a favorable team for the Flying Eagles to get to the semi-finals. Thank you very much for joining.